Jason David Frank right behind her, so please, show them some love right now. Hello.
You missed our cue? Sorry about that.
It was like a really dramatic build.
This guy in a while.
You had to build the suspense as you walked up.
Hello, everybody.
Look how cute this one is. Oh, what an outfit.
This guy's hanging out and getting their shield knocked over. I know how that is.
Okay, hang on a sec. I don't want to look.
Hello, everybody in the back.
Skirt.
I think there's some seats if you guys want to. There's some empty seats over there if you guys want to sit down, or don't have to.
Come on in, guys.
It's good to be back.
Okay. Hi. It's always a little bit weirder doing it in the middle of the convention, no?
These lights are intense too. It makes it feel extra official.
All right, how are you guys doing? Nice to see ya.
All right, so we're gonna jump into a Q&A now, but we are gonna open it up to questions from the audience at the end. So I'll let you know when to start lining up, but do that and you guys can ask these two some questions. To start here, I believe you have a new video coming to your YouTube channel today, right?
What's that?
You have a YouTube video that you're going to launch today. Can you tell everybody about it?
It's that one.
It's the JDF Spoken Truth series that I've been doing. Oh, hey guys. I did 4 episodes. This one's called Mental Prison, and I was in the hotel trying to download it on the internet. Kept and I was like, darn it.
No, the internet really
so
stinks around here.
Of all times when you need it. But it's called Mental Prison. Just I've been writing poems for a long time. We've been producing them, and it's the 4th one. I just did my 5th one, which is more of a short film. It's a 6-7 minute long short film. It's interesting, but yeah, that was called Mental Prison.
And when I was looking at all the teeing up you had done on Instagram and YouTube for that video, I also revisited some Ninjak material because you posted a video. So this is a great web series that you should check out. They basically had an itty-bitty budget and just made the most out of it, and the action is incredible. You posted a video of that shot where Bloodshot gets the knife through the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
So I am very big into horror and gore and how you achieve that on screen. So I was wondering if you could break that down for us a little, exactly what you needed to do to make that happen.
Well, the Ninjak versus Val universe, I played Bloodshot in there. And the Bloodshot film's already filmed. I saw the trailer with Vin Diesel. Looks really good, by the way. That's going to be out in February. They've already shot that whole film. But, so I did the Bat in the Sun version of it, which was fun. And most of the stuff is, FX, like just special effects, like it looked like this. And then later they'll put the knife and the blood and everything. But I did have blood in my mouth. So yeah, I just got stabbed in the face. He's Bloodshot. So it's on my YouTube channel, JDF FFN for now until Sony pulls it off.
Sticking with genre right now, I hate to do this to you, but after our conversation at the Hawaii Con, you know what I wound up watching?
I have no idea.
I watched
We don't need to talk about that.
Wow. We were kind of making fun of it. That is probably like a perfect late night with your friends, like super B-level horror movie. It's a good time.
You guys, it's terrible. Can we move on? What's the next question? No, I'm kidding. No, I did this really bad movie years ago and not actually sure why we're talking about it, but anyway.
I got a kick out of it. Can you talk a little bit about how your other movie's going? I know you had directed another feature, and considering how I felt about your last one, I'm eager to see it.
Yeah, so I've been writing and directing for the last 5 years, which has become my passion, and it's like really all I want to do. So I did a feature film called The Space Between 2 years ago, and it was really great because I was able to make the film because of an Indiegogo campaign. Was anybody part of the Indiegogo campaign in The Space Between? That guy?
What about me? Me and you, bud.
And you were. Anyway, it's my first film that I wrote and directed. It's called The Space Between. Did anybody see Flashpoint? Was it a TV series I did?
Raise your hand if you see Flashpoint.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so a lot of the actors from that show are in The Space Between too, and it's a heartfelt comedy, and I'm quite proud of it. And if you have a chance, you can watch it on iTunes or a bunch of different platforms, and I highly recommend it. Anyway, and then I just recently finished shooting my second feature film called Tammy's Always Dying, and it stars Felicity Huffman, and that'll come out in about a year. right now we're in post right now, so I'm doing the color and the music, and it's like each phase of filmmaking is so, you learn so much, right?
You've got
She does a lot of stuff, so I can't wait to see it though. She actually, the short film I'm doing is probably, I have 2 short films. The Omni Boat that I did a long time ago, that's finally got picked up, being produced and finished. And that was a short film because I was talking to Amy before, and she's like, yeah, you know, you should do some short films. And I was like, you know, what's the point of short films?
Which one is that?
Well, the Omni Boat with Robert Redford and Adam Devine, the one I've been talking forever.
You sent me a link to it,
yeah,
and the link
forever,
to it.
Yeah. So,
Did you say it was going to be in Sundance?
Yeah, well, that's what they're hoping
Okay.
for. They did get offered another thing, but they turned it down. But I'm hoping because Robert Redford's in it and his nephew's producing it, so maybe it'll have some kind of tie in there. But anyway,
that'd be fun.
so I did that, and then I did another short film that's called In My Head. It's like my poem stuff, but I played 8 different characters, and it's mostly an
And
acting
who
thing,
directed
but,
that?
Albert, one of mine. I couldn't. I played 8 different roles, and we were, you know, as a director, we had a round table, so when we would turn around, we would just turn it around, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm not JDF now, I'm this guy, that guy, so just watching the lines and little things like that. So, but it's, so I did that just because I think in short films you can, like, you know, show a different side of you or acting stuff. So we talked in Canada a long time ago about that when we were doing the film, and it reminded me of Flashpoint when you guys raised your hand. We were in Canada and we were on a non-disclosure agreement, and we were talking and having dinner with someone. But anyway, some fans came up and they're like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh my God, I love Flashpoint. And I'm like, oh, we're on an NDA, and I know we haven't been together in 15 years. Someone's gonna take a picture and all the stuff's gonna go on. They're like, hey, I love your show. Excuse me, sir, can you? And I was like, me? I was like, yeah, take a picture. So I was like, God, he didn't really like say anything to me. I was like, ready? 1, 2, 3.
This was in Vancouver.
Yeah, I was like, 1, 2, 3, boom, there you go, bud.
It was the best, you guys.
It was like, there you go, bud.
It was so funny.
It was awesome.
It was
I don't
when
even
we
know
went
if
to
he
do
knew.
the cameo. So I flew out, and I hadn't seen Jason in like 10 years. And we get there, and we went and had dinner in this restaurant at the hotel the day before we went to shoot the cameo. And then somebody came, I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but they came up and they asked Jason to take a picture of me and this guy.
I thought it was funny. I was
was
like,
so funny.
the whole time.
It was funny.
Yeah, I wonder now if they know, like, oh, you took a picture. It's so weird. It's so strange though. I have a quick story, and I'm gonna move on about taking a picture. I was doing a Comic-Con with Jason, who, you know, Aquaman, and so I was doing a Comic-Con, so they spray painted like Jason on this hotel. You know, it wasn't my name, but I thought it was. But I was like, oh wow, really cool. And then I put a little JDF in my window, like, haha, you know, like I put a little JDF on the window. 11:15 at night, I hear this knock on my door, knock, 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 and I'm like, so I open the door. Hudson goes, hey man, I know it's super late, man. Can you take a picture? And I was like, yeah, man, yeah. And I kept doing this to the guy, and he's like, man, and I was like, you take a picture? He's like, yeah, bro, here's my camera. We're totally drunk. I just randomly knocked on a door. If you could just take that picture, bro. And then I took the picture and I went, there you go. And he's like, thanks. And I closed my door. When he said, can I take a picture? I thought he meant with me. But he's like, hey, bro, can you take a picture? And I was like, yeah.
He knocked on your hotel door.
Just a
to have
random door. Random person, random door, and says,
so
can I take a picture? And I was
That's
like,
so
trying to put my
funny.
hand on it. He's just like,
Oh my God.
bro, here's my camera. Take a picture anyway. That's what reminded me. So I'm glad because he didn't say anything. I wonder now if he knew, what the heck? But they're like, I love you. Totally love you in Flashpoint. This is just nothing us Power Ranger stuff. Like, nothing questions, just Flashpoint. So that was funny. Picture by
It was
JDF.
real funny, guys.
Speaking of folks getting photo opportunities with you guys, I really wanted to ask you about your experience on the con circuit, because still, it doesn't matter how many conventions I've been to, the fact that this exists, like, it filled my movie and TV loving heart so much. And the way I want to get at it is, I was watching your pitch video for the Has-Been, and I wanted to know what happens next. You were also talking about Indiegogo financing before. Did that ever pan out? Because I watched the video and there's just something about it that I don't know, it seemed to me like you were building towards some sort of like a warmth and a real appreciation for what has been created over the years, and I wanted to see it.
Well, so I was developing something that I'm not developing anymore. I decided I didn't want to do it. But anyway, to go back to what you were saying about the con world, Maybe 3 years ago is when I started doing my first convention, and honestly, like, people have asked me, have you realized like the impact that Power Rangers has had on people? And I hadn't until 3 years ago when I went to my first convention, and I've just found it fascinating and amazing to see and hear stories from so many people and start to realize like the impact that this show had on people, on kids who are now adults, like so many of you, that, you know, when we were in our early 20s doing the show, I had no idea how it was helping and influencing so many kids and people. Did you? Or, because you started...
I agree.
Yeah.
I think when we started, and the first thing, just back it up to Las Vegas, not only were we at Comic-Cons, we're in Vegas here at a Comic-Con, which to me, Jimmy runs a great show. To actually be in Vegas, to go to a Comic-Con, there's like millions of things to do. So when I was like, Vegas, I wonder Comic-Cons, but then I was like, wow, out of millions of things to do in Vegas, we appreciate you guys coming here.
Yeah.
You know, which is super cool. Like, I'm blown away by that. I used to come to Vegas, and everyone was like, well, how do you like Vegas? I'm like, son, I've been coming to Vegas before you were born. I've been coming to Vegas here since I was like 5, like every weekend.
There is so much to do, right?
There is a lot. So when they said Comic-Con, I was driving by all these big stars and thinking this and that. So I'm happy. And Jump Run's probably the only show in Vegas that can actually succeed and be successful because of the fans. But I don't think we were able to hear the stories because you guys are kids. And sometimes, I hate saying we don't listen to kids. So it's like, you know, like, well, you know, they're talking about their first crush or the boyfriend, the girlfriend, or how bad, you know, broke their hearts and all that stuff. But we didn't see that until you guys were older to be like, man, that really hurt me, man. You know, because at an 8, 9-year-old, they'd be like, okay, all right, bud, go play. And you're like, yeah, but I'm sad. You know, and I watched Jenna watch this Wizardly World thing or whatever, Wizardly Place or something like that, right? Is that the name of it?
She knows it.
Why are you laughing then? So someone lost their powers, and Jenna was like really super sad about it. And then I looked and I said, I wonder if that's how kids felt when I lost my powers. Oh yeah. You know, I wonder if that's how you felt when someone broke up with me. You know, it was moving for you guys. So now we're able to hear the stories because you don't have to. You still listen to mom and dad, but you're your own individual. You can go to Comic-Con and be like, I'm buying a toy. You don't have to tell me I don't have to watch a show. Watch it in. You guys are rebels.
Well, and for me, it was just I didn't understand at the time, because for me, probably for all of us, it was sort of the college years. Instead of being in college, I was shooting Power Rangers. So we were focused on, you know, having a good time and hanging out and partying a bit and stuff, and really the impact that it had, I didn't realize until about 3 years ago. But it's been so great because of just people like growing up with us through my career as an actress and now transitioning into writing and directing, and it's just really great. You guys didn't know I was writing and directing. I'm writing and directing now, and I really love it.
You guys follow? You guys know? Yeah, you follow the pages and all that stuff?
The space between, watch it.
Yeah. But anyway, it's nice to have that support system of people that sort of grew up with you. And the other great thing about it is, you know, when like you're in high school and then you don't see a high school friend until like 30 years go by, and then you see them, and they're old, but they don't look old because you only see the person from high school. That's what I feel like, guys. Like, people are like, oh, you look so young. No, I don't.
I don't know. There's
You're
a
just
picture.
Seeing that
There's
person.
a picture I was going to tell you that I saw on Instagram. You look the same. In this picture, I was wondering, you're like the only one. Someone put like a group shot of all of us. And you probably didn't see it, and I know. But I was looking at it, and I was looking, zooming in. I mean, I got a beard, and all. I have to show you. In your picture, I had to like really zoom in. It was a regular, natural picture from a Comic-Con. I think it was almost the same position. I'll show you. You look
I'm
the
nervous
same.
because I feel like this is a
I'll
joke.
show you. No,
is this
I
for
promise.
real?
I promise. I'll have to show you. It's a picture that someone put together of all of us, and I'll show you. I mean, as you talk, I'll show you, but she looked the same. I was reading all the comments because I was like, I wonder if people are going to say that. She's the only one that looks the same.
Should we do questions? Should people come up and ask questions?
Do you guys want to start lining up?
I would suggest you line up 10 at a time so they don't get like cut off towards the end. You know what I mean?
Hopefully we can get a mic right in the middle here, and we can take a whole bunch of questions. So hop online now. if you guys could give one piece of advice for a con circuit first timer, someone who's just going to start doing what you guys are doing now, what would it be?
Wait, what? Or somebody coming
to a convention, like how you guys do it, but doing it for the first time, first getting started now.
How we do it. I mean, I'm not understanding the question.
I think she's saying if there's advice to other actors that is their first time at con.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I would probably just do 10 at a time, but okay. We don't want to get cut off.
It's okay.
I think just be yourself and be there for your fans, and enjoy it, I guess. Because if you don't know the Comic-Con world, don't offend them by trying to guess their character's name, because you will offend them. You just say that's cool, because they're like, that's not the anime show. I'm like, sorry, man.
Or the worst was, where was I a couple weeks ago in Phoenix, and I was sitting next to this guy, this lovely man who was on The Office, and some guy comes up and he goes, I loved you on that show, and the guy was like, oh, thank you, and then he goes, I'm just kidding, I've never seen it. Don't do that. That's not nice. I was like, this is the worst. Anyway, that was the worst.
Why did that happen?
I don't know. It was really mean.
All right, what's our first question down there?
Hi, so my name is Rob. I'm from Baltimore. It's been difficult to finally get to a con where both of you guys were at, so it's a pleasure to finally see you guys. Big fan. My question is, when you guys were shooting Power Rangers, did you have a specific episode that was your favorite to shoot, or any fun, really favorite experiences that you guys had? Because one of my favorite episodes were when you guys were running for class president. That was one of my favorites.
Do you remember that one?
I seen it on Instagram. Yeah, we've done so many of them, but I remember I was like fighting
It was
with
the
them.
one when you had to kiss me, right?
No, that wasn't that one.
That was my
Was it?
favorite.
I kissed her in that one? I only kissed her
We were
once.
we were next to a lake.
That wasn't the episode he's talking about. Is it? No.
No, the one where you guys
No, but
kissed.
that was my
I was
favorite.
running for office. She's trying to put corruption in there. She hears politics. She's like, that's the corruption in the politics. What was you said you had a favorite? Was it the
I like
punks one or-
switching places.
Switching
I like
that's
punks.
it.
I liked with David Yost. I always got to do something, turn evil or something like that. I always enjoyed that part.
Just honestly, man, the first day showing up to set
When
was
you
my
had to
best.
kiss me, that one.
Not that one. I was nervous though, because I didn't know what is it like this or I just don't know what kind of kiss. Like what?
Didn't
I mean,
I say that you?
I don't know. I
No.
never kissed anyone on TV, so I didn't know what to do. I was really stressed
You
out.
used his tongue and everything.
No,
I was like,
did
come
not.
on.
No, I did not. Look at the little kids frightened over here. My first day on set reminded me of this, like bright lights. I didn't really know what was going on. I leaned on one of the command centers and it rolled. And I was like, man, nothing. They're like, oh, that's first set turnarounds. No clue what he's talking about. Like, okay, yeah, everything was just fake. And I was just like, big green screen. And they're like, there's Zordon. I didn't know what it was. Talk to the tape. And I was like, okay. Saw all these guys. I was like the new guy coming in. They were kind of already filming. I remember walking past all these sets and I was like, just behave yourself and be good. Just get through the day.
And you did it! Look at you now!
Yeah, look at me now.
You are
cleaning myself up.
the mayor of the
Thank
Power
you for your
Rangers.
questions.
Hey,
The
you
mayor
are
of the
though.
Power
He is.
Rangers.
He's like the
I
mayor
never heard that one like the mayor.
of the Power Rangers.
What's
Don't you think?
your name and your question?
My name's Dimitri. I'm so happy to be here to meet these guys because they're my favorite and I wanted to meet them as a kid, but I never got to come to Comic-Con, so it's my first Comic-Con.
Nice to meet you. You're still a kid though, aren't you?
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm 18.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
when I was younger. My question is for JDF, what did you guys do when it got really hot when you're in your Power Ranger
Oh,
costume?
in those costumes.
There was a lot of Japanese footage that we had,
No.
so
What about the Australia? In Australia,
Oh, yeah.
those ones.
you just go like this, man. You just go, get through it. All right, cut.
Because we couldn't pee in those ones either.
Oh,
'Cause
I did.
only.
I did
Well,
it.
you can't pee in it, but it was hard to. It took an hour to put the
No, it
thing
does.
on.
And as the Green Ranger, even with the shield and all these things, can someone just create a little zipper? They have them now, but just a zipper. just one for me, because like for them, you know, they can take their gloves, but I had to like, take this off, take that off, take my shield off, so I just held it. That's why I've trained myself to hold it 10 hours straight. I never forget it.
Real talent.
William Shatner, I was in the back room and William Shatner says, yeah, you don't pee much on these conventions. And I said, no. He goes, here's how you practice. Squeeze.
Stop.
Squeeze.
Okay, all right. Next
I swear
person.
to God. And I was looking at Shatner. I was looking at Shatner's eyes and I was saying, why am I doing what he's saying right now? It was so weird.
Is it for real?
I promise to God.
That's
and
the
and he's like, and go,
conversation ever.
and one, squeeze, you know, learn. And I was like,
It's
why?
like Kegels.
Yeah,
You
that's
guys
what he
were doing
said. And I was
Kegels.
squeezing. And I was like, why am I listening to
Don't
him?
do that too much because you could hurt yourself.
And he's going 1 and 2, and I'm doing it. And finally, I was like, this is weird. Like,
That's very strange.
I love
There's
how
my
we circle
Comic-Con
back.
thing.
Should we all do it together now?
because everyone
Okay,
will.
no.
Because it will. You just do it. It's in your brain. It's just everyone's doing it now. Trying it. Stop. Stop. Just
You guys
continue.
stop it. No more Kegels. All right, next question. This is weird. We're going
you
down
for
a
your
rabbit
question.
hole.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up?
Well, this is my second year seeing JDF, which, yay.
Nice.
And first time seeing Amy, so hi. A question for both of you, and this is kind of regarding the Beast Morphers crossover. Are you two possibly making like a cameo appearance in that crossover by any chance?
Not in Beast
What is it?
Morphers. No, the new season.
Beastie Morphers?
Beast Morphers. No, we're
What's
not.
that?
That's her
The
answer.
Beastie Morphers?
Beastie.
Is it like-
all by
what is-
myself without
what
no
is
but
that?
tea. The sun is beating down on my base. Blood morphin' time.
What is
Beast
the Beastie
Morphers,
Morphers?
not Beastie.
Oh, Beast
Beast Morphers,
Morphers.
the new season.
Is that like, oh, the new,
The new
Austin's
season.
in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
right?
Austin's doing it.
Austin St. John's in there. I don't think it's a cameo. I think he's an actual ranger.
No. Oh, well, maybe. I mean, it's a cameo, but I'm sure he's the ranger.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Not the whole
anything
season.
about this. Sorry, what?
So like not gathering all the Rangers one in one episode or anything like that.
That'd be too hard, dude.
There's
It's
a
like
lot.
these 20
There's a
minutes.
lot of them.
Yeah.
How many are there? You guys probably
Like
know.
100 and something.
For the
100 rangers.
Like 100 and something, right?
Oh my God! Imagine I
seasons?
just had a
Who knows
vision
the
of
number?
like a musical.
Like a Dino Charge
Huh?
was like 12 of them, I believe. It was like either
How many rangers in 26 seasons?
Can you
Over 100
imagine?
and-
Wait, gathering them all and then singing a song together, like all in costume.
That will go viral.
What would you sing? The theme
Like-
song?
I don't know.
Take your helmets off, man, and sing. Not with your helmets on. Duh.
Thank you for your question.
Amy sings too. You all know that too, right? Yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah.
How y'all doing? My name's Christopher Ristic. I'm with Ristic is Stuck in the Internet. I seen you last year at Power Morphathon. Unfortunately, I couldn't do any Q&As with you.
Okay.
It's a pleasure seeing both of you together for the first time. It's great. I have a question mainly for you. I recently found out that you are in the Laredo Wrestling Federation. Like you're doing like little appearances and stuff like that. And CM Punk is coming back into wrestling full for AEW supposedly up in August.
Yeah, CM Punk. That's old news, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
that's
I'm here today.
No, he just ignores me. But as far as the wrestling stuff, I was gonna do some wrestling things and possibly, but I just had a little bit of an injury and.
So the other day, not that this has to do with anything, I'm sorry, but it does. My daughter was wrestling this kid on a trampoline, and he flipped her. We don't even know this kid's name. Poor guy. Broke her arm. Broke her upper arm, flipped her backwards wrestling. It just popped into my head.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you can't cast.
That
You
sucks.
can't cast up there.
I hate
Wrestling
I
is
hate to see your
dangerous.
kids in pain.
Oh, it sucked. Yeah, it's all
Man,
bruised.
it's terrible. I took Jenna one time to the doctors and her elbow, I know it's off subject. Her elbow was out of socket and doctor's like, you're not gonna like me
That
for this,
happened.
but I'm gonna like pull her arm back and she was screaming. I was looking at the doctor, I was thinking, should I hit the
And then it
doctor
didn't
now?
hurt.
Like, is he helping her or is he making it worse? Yeah, that doctor was so lucky to be alive.
That happened to Frankie too, the elbow thing. Anyway,
That's when you gotta
So
show
not with
them
CM Punk,
everything
though,
they
no.
want after.
The reason why I could bring that up is that I grew tired of waiting for you guys to do a match or something of that nature. And this is I told Steve this yesterday. I like to formally challenge you in the spring. And I'm going to be training with Future Stars of Wrestling. And if you want to come over,
I'll let you live today. Next question.
all right, that's good.
Today's your lucky day, my friend.
Hi there, I'm Travis.
Hello.
I've been to these conventions for many years now. I always wondered, did you guys get to keep any of your old costume or props from the show? Like you have it on like a shelf at home or something?
The only thing you took
I did
everything.
take a lot, yeah. I took a lot.
The only thing I have is the little coin.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff.
What'd you get? What did you
I
take?
got a dragon dagger, I've got my Green Ranger suit, I got a bunch of stuff.
How did you
not
get that? Did they know you have it?
I wasn't really stealing, it was just kind of like, it just fell in my bag. I was like, whoa, this is weird. And then I felt so bad, like I think I could take it back. But they did call me on the reunion, and Jonathan's like, Jason.
We need your suit.
No,
You're like,
really,
I
like we don't have much. Do you have any props? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, just tell me. I won't get mad. I mean, we need them. If you have your communicator
Did
and
you
stuff.
fit into the suit? I bet you didn't.
No, well, we made a new spandex one, but I saved that one too. I took that one too. So I'm like doubling up on them. But
You're
here's
so
the thing, because Disney, when they did every season, Disney would destroy the props, literally destroy the props, so no one will have them. And when Saban got it back, they have nothing except me.
Oh, that's such a bummer. Do you remember one season when the guy I was dating, he was a grip, and they stole the Blue Ranger suit, and the whole grips, or the electric team, and they all got fired.
Yeah.
Do you remember
I
that?
have that suit. I blamed him. You got one man. You know, you got to be like, dude, he stole it. No, it wasn't me, but I do remember that.
How
but
many
yeah, they
custom
put this stuff
helmets
on
do you
lockdown.
have?
Custom helmets?
Because you get
6.
them all the time at these conventions, and you post pictures of them, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, I got that Lord Draken one. I sent it to get it done in that Louis Vuitton stuff. Gabe's a great artist. He's done but yeah, I maybe 6. I mean, I don't buy them at conventions, but I've had them. I don't have Anarchy. I usually have Anarchy's helmets. But as far as helmets, I only have one, which is the
I have
Dino
2.
Thunder.
Somebody made them.
Yeah, I have one from the show and the whole Dino Thunder
from the
suit.
show.
The whole Dino Thunder suit. How'd I pull that?
Wow. Do you have that hanging in your house?
In my dojo.
This is so cool.
Is there any one thing you guys have been gifted at a con that, I mean, I'm sure you get things from adoring fans all the time, and is there anything that's kind of like the centerpiece at home that you see that and it really kind of touches you to have that memory?
I don't know. I did get a figurine that when you press the back, it's actually my voice that says something.
Is it your voice? Or?
It's my
Yeah,
voice, so I like that.
Sometimes they put the toys on, like, it's not my voice. I'm like, to say something. But we got a lot of different things. I usually take pictures, or I have just a whole room full of stuff. We'll make some really good, you guys make really good props, more than we had on the show. Our suits were like 50 pounds. They were made of rubber tire, like literally tire, like shaved tires and painted. So they didn't have EVA foam back then. We used like rubber tires. They're so hot, so hard to get on.
So long ago.
That's why you just go to the bathroom in them. Yeah, it's sweat. I don't know. He stole the blue costume. Sir? Now his dreams are shattered. Yeah, look, he speaks this now. He's like,
Yeah, fine.
Hello.
what's your question?
Of all the crossovers, what's y'all's most favorite Power Rangers crossover? Because I can name 3 of them for myself.
You name 3 quickly.
Okay, the one with the Dino Thunders and
1.
the Ninja Storm. No, that's number 3.
Okay, number 3. Go 2 more.
Number 2 was Lost Galaxy and the Rangers in Space.
Okay. What's your number 1, my friend?
Number 1 with the Rangers in Space team up with the Ninja Turtles. I'm pretty sure y'all will remember that.
Sort of. I think favorite crossover. I don't know.
Wait, is this like in people's imaginations, or does this really
it's on the
happen?
show.
This actually happened.
On the show? They had
They
Ninja Turtles
crossed
on the
over.
show?
Yeah, they did.
No.
Yeah.
It's serious.
We don't talk about
it.
Really?
Yeah. They had a crossovers.
We weren't on there though.
No, different season. The crossovers. I mean, the crossovers. I only done like.
The
Dino
Beastie
Thunder, Ninja
Boys.
Storm.
When the Beastie Boys.
Beastie
and
Boys.
the-
Yeah. The Beastie Boys. No. The probably Ninja Steel and Dino Thunder for me. I don't think Amy would did crossovers. I mean, you have to be part of different. Yeah. He's like. All right, next, dude. Pick the one you want.
Hey, what's your question?
My name is Mark from Apple Valley.
Mark.
Hi, this message is for this question is for both of you. If you could go back to the Mighty Morphin series, what is one thing you would change or wouldn't change about the way you took the characters?
Probably getting a girlfriend.
What'd you say?
I said, having a girlfriend, I like that part. Oh, change? Oh, I wouldn't change anything. I think Tommy getting him a girlfriend, I think it was great.
Amy, for you?
I don't know. I've never even thought of anything like that. What would I change about Kimberly?
If you could, or what change?
You know, I think.
Breaking his heart, maybe? Changing that?
Oh, no, you guys, come on. First of all, I had asked to leave the show, and so they
No, they
said
know,
yes,
they
so
know
they
it's
wrote me.
movie stuff.
They don't know.
You do know it's
Do you
movie
know?
stuff.
So, no, half of them think I'm Kim. No, I'm kidding. I'm Amy Jo, guys. I'm just kidding. And then I asked to leave the show, and then so they wrote me out. And to do that was like passing a baton. And then Catherine was going to play the Pink Ranger, and the way
She was my rebound,
I
but
didn't
she worked.
write it, right?
She got my mind off you. She worked. I mean, it's just life, guys.
But she got the mind off of. All right, you are not Tommy. You are Jason.
But I was saying, if I was Tommy.
If you were Tommy.
If I was Tommy, she
And then
got my
also
mind
for
off Kimberly,
and then
but I'm
also
not
for
Tommy,
the
I'm
kids
here.
watching, so they wouldn't be so.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
had to.
kids.
They would needed to like.
Don't hate her. That's what you're saying. The kids know this. You guys.
I didn't
mean,
write it.
I think. I know. I would not. Probably change the girlfriend, but. It's kind of, you know, the what if questions are so hard for me because when I used to say that in my karate school as a 4 and 5-year-old, my instructor who played Scorpion in the Mortal Kombat movies, and Tony knows because he ran one of my schools, we say, what if? And they say, what if your aunt was your uncle? Keep punching. And I'd be like,
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
what if your aunt, like, so I never said what if. Like,
Yeah.
what if? But I don't think it'd change anything. Except fix the shield to match your Japanese footage, maybe. That'd be nice.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Hey, there we go.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm just really excited to meet you both because you guys are my childhood heroes. I only like heroes because of you guys.
Thank
and
you.
I like evil guys because of you, because you did so well being the bad. Yeah. Well, see, I don't like Lord Dragon. I like you as the original Green Ranger when
Thank you.
first beat up the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
'Cause that was great. But my question is for you, sir. Out of all the Rangers you've been, if you could only pick one to be, and that it, what Ranger would you stay as if Tommy Allen had the chance to be one?
Probably the pink on weekends. Just kidding. I like the green when I first saw the green. Green wasn't that color in 25 years ago to be like, oh, I have a green car, green shoes. Green was kind of like risky, but I like it. I wouldn't change anything. It's so hard. So many different Rangers. And when you close your
How
eyes.
many have you been?
What? I mean, I did the green, I did the white, did the Zeo, did the Turbo, Black Dino Thunder, and then Lord Draken. 6, maybe.
Thank you.
But the green, I like the green.
Hey.
So, my name's Jocelyn, and this is for Amy, and I was wondering if you could choose just one color for your costume, what would it be?
Probably if I got to choose my. I mean, I like the pink. You look great in pink, by the way. But maybe purple. Was there a Purple Ranger?
I think there was in a different season, no? Am I wrong?
Dino Charge.
Mystic Force.
Mystic Force. Anyway.
That was my favorite crossover.
Maybe like a purpley. I do like that. Yeah.
They're, I don't know, was there an Orange Ranger? No. Because
Like a burnt umber.
every time I think the orange, I think of like the annoying orange guy. But I did something for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Who's
I
the
just did
annoying orange
The annoying
guy?
orange, you know, not the annoying orange on YouTube thing. You know what I'm talking about? It's just annoying. I'll send you a link later. No, it's just an annoying orange thing. But Hasbro, I did a thing for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and Hasbro actually built an Orange Ranger for a kid that was in a Make-A-Wish Foundation. So they presented him, I think this weekend, I just did a video, said, keep fighting, his name's Tyler. So they actually, Hasbro, made a little Orange Ranger suit. I didn't know if there was an Orange Ranger. Was there before, ever? So that's pretty cool for him.
That is cool.
Yeah, they made
Thank you.
That's a great question. Thank you.
Okay, so my question is from the original, Mighty Morphin. Do you guys like how it kind of progressed to the outer space and aliens?
I got really lost when they did Lost Galaxy. That's where I got lost. Amy's like, don't even watch. You see, when we left, we didn't think it even existed anymore.
Right, yeah, it's still
Jenna was
on.
like, it's for true. Jenna was like, hey, look at that. I was like, Jenna, that's not Power Rangers. She said, but it says when she was little. I said, Jenna, only Power Rangers go to this season, and that's it. She's like, so it's a ripoff? And I was like, so I had to finally tell her, no, it's still going, babe. But anyway.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Great. All right, thank you.
Thank you. But it's hard to beat the originals, right? I mean, you guys grew up on that. What's that? Well, it looked like I did the wrong answer for you. What's your favorite? What's your favorite crossover?
Go ahead. What's your name and
Next
your question?
question.
Hi, my name is Ronali, and my question's for the both of you. What was your best memory working on the MMPR movie?
Oh, in Australia. We had fun, huh?
Why are you saying it like that?
What do you mean? I don't know. All these images were going through my head. I'm like, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. We were like a bunch of kids in Australia for 6 months. We were there like 6 months because we had to film the movie twice because the first Dulcia, Mariska Haggerty, who was wonderful. I don't know. Do you know the story behind that?
I do know the story behind that.
Are you allowed to tell it?
No, yeah. I mean, she was hired for it, and then we were doing some.
You know
training.
who Mariska Haggerty is, right? Like she was the highest paid actress after that for years.
But the original Dulcia, she started with us, and then they got rid of her. Well, because of medical things, she had something wrong with her stomach.
So there was 3?
No, just 2. You're talking about James Mansfield's daughter. That was
Mariska Haggerty.
Yeah, Mariska. Yeah, they hired her after the first one because she was sick and she couldn't do it, so they hired her, and then they brought the first one back. That's all I know. But
something went down because they got rid of Mariska Haggerty.
I know.
Anyway.
But we originally trained with
so
the
we were there
first
6 months, to point to the story. So we were there 6 months in Australia, partying and having fun. I had never seen the sun come up like that before. Because bars don't close. And I was just like 22, and
No, that was
you walk
Alaska.
into a bar, and then all of a sudden you walk out, and it's daylight. It was crazy. It's hard, guys. No, I'm kidding. It was so fun.
I remember we closed the whole city down. I always wanted to do a movie that was like, you close the city down. I don't know why. I just always wanted to like do a movie in an airport or somewhere really big, not just Castaic Park. We had a little park that was filmed. Yeah. I'd read and it'd be like Hawaii and this, and we're like, oh, and they're like Castaic. Everything was at that park. And it wasn't even really a big thing, so I always wanted to like close the city down or feel like I'm in a movie, and they did in Australia. They, closed this whole city down. I remember standing there going, wow, this is super cool. But then they put our shields out, and we had the visors. We shot with the visors out on that street, and then we ended up putting the visors. Remember we test shot it with the visors off. They took the
You have
visors off.
such a good memory. My hindsight is really
I remember
blurry.
a lot. Doing the shows, I remember stuff, but they took the visors out, and I remember looking at Johnny.
And then it
going,
just
"This is
didn't look
stupid."
right.
Didn't look right because we're like, you can see us. But
But it was crazy going from a TV show, which was very low budget, to this like $35 million movie, which suddenly it was like nicer craft service, like everything was.
But we still filmed the show during the off times over there, a few episodes.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. Off times, we're like, all right, now film a TV show.
Those
Anyway, we
guys.
had a great time. That was fun.
Thanks
6 months.
for your question.
She needs
your
your
friend
friend.
wants you back. You can do it. It's okay.
She wants to film it.
Oh, okay.
She's like, get this for the gram.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry. My name's Crystal. I watched you guys when I was 6 when I was in the Philippines. I guess my question for you guys would be, do you guys plan on doing a movie together in the future, and will it have stunts in it that are kind of like maybe...
You're what? Hey, sorry, I'm totally hearing what you're saying, but it sparked a question of my own for Jason, which kind of has to do with what you're talking about. What was I watching on the Instagram? What are you guys filming? You and
Bat the
Jason.
Sun. Bat the Sun.
No, you are Jason.
Johnny,
you and
Johnny,
Johnny.
Jason, all those guys. We're shooting something that kind of, you have to wait to see. Amy, it's gonna be released in a week. No,
In
it's
a
something
week?
for.
Is it a
yeah,
short?
Yeah, it's just.
What is it? A sizzle reel.
So
For
we're
a
released-
feature? Based off of a feature? Oh, am I asking too many questions? What's it called? Oh, it's all a surprise. I only know this from Instagram, so they know as much as I know.
Yeah, you know as much
Okay,
as
so
you
they're
know,
asking
yeah.
the same
Yeah,
questions.
yeah.
Okay. They didn't ask me to be in it. Whatever.
You should write and direct a movie with him in it.
Well,
How
Jason's
about that?
directing, because you're directing all your spoken word stuff,
No,
right?
I got Albert's directing that, but
Oh, the spoken word?
yeah.
Oh, because you know what, it's
yeah,
hard. It's hard to act and direct at the same time, especially, yeah.
It's really
But it looks really pretty, all that stuff
all it's
you're
gonna be
doing.
good. But that round table thing, I was even like, I think Cameron is like I was just as an actor. I played 8 different
crossing the
roles.
line, yeah,
Shave,
that's
played
hard.
this guy, played that guy. Yeah, so directing would be
Too much.
She could direct it. But do we ever plan on doing a movie? I don't know. I mean, if we did the Power Ranger thing, wish we had more. It would have been great for me naming it be the
Think they'll
Fox.
do another one or no?
Hasbro says that they're going to, but right now, as you know how movie making is, it's going to take 1.5 to 2 years before they can fill any.
Well, before they write the script.
Yeah.
First they have to
You
write
could
the
get
script.
more crossover opportunity there too, because that's what Hasbro wants to do. They want to build their cinematic universe. So maybe we'll get Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers on the big screen
Maybe
soon.
we'll get Transformers and turn it over. But me and Amy should have been a mom or a dad to the Green Ranger would have been perfect.
What were we? We were Citizen 1
Yeah,
and
and I was
Citizen 2.
the whole time. They thought I was taking a picture. I was taking a selfie of ourselves. I was like, oh, we're not taking a selfie. Smile.
It was still fun to be a part of it, though. It was fun.
I robbed everyone.
Thanks for your question. All right, let's see if we can rapid fire through the rest of the line.
Hi there, guys. My name is David. I'm a huge fan of you guys. JDF, obviously. You were just there making your intro, ready to steal everybody's girl. Amy, you were the you were the girl that every little boy wanted. It was really insane. You guys were game-changing. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, obviously, phenomenal. And my question is, do you guys have like dreams or nightmares being Power Ranger characters?
Still? They've gone away. I remember I had a really bad nightmare. It wasn't about being a Power Ranger, but it was when we were doing. Were you part of the show in Universal Studios, or was that? Yeah. When we did that show, we didn't realize how popular the show was, or I didn't, or I don't know if they did, but they ended up selling out Universal Amphitheater 4 times in one day. It was insane, and we were basically doing this like on stage sort of rock star show. Like we come out and flip our helmets off and the whole stadium goes, "Wah!" It was insane for for kids who had never really been on a stage before and been in front of a crowd. And I went home and I had crazy nightmares for like a week straight. It really freaked me out. It was almost like too much attention and energy in one moment. I know that doesn't really answer your question, but it just reminded me of that.
But I think there's a point to that I think people are like, oh, you're an actor. Guys, when we're actors, we're on sets. We're like a camera. So there's 2 different parts of this. You have the public speaking, you have this. It was overwhelming. I remember it was just like, whoa. But I do karate, so I'm used to like taking stage and talking, but there's 2 different sides to acting. Acting's not like where everyone's watching. We're not doing a sitcom or, anything like that. We're privately, even though there's a crew of 50, you get to know them, you're like family. So it is a total 2 different ways of thinking, well, you're an actor or an actress, how can that freak you out? Totally different. Screaming kids, like show after show after show. I was not used to that, but used to crowds, but even me, I was like, oh my God, like, it was just
really
insane.
intense.
We went to Hawaii and it was the same thing. Like,
Oh my
it was
God,
just-
did you guys ever hear that story? So when we were doing Power Rangers back then, we went to Hawaii and they had announced on the radio we were coming, and we showed up and they didn't know how many people would actually come to the airport, and there was no security. And when you get to Hawaii and they lay you, they put flowers on you. We got off the plane and they started laying us and then all of a sudden Jason turns around and he looks at me and he has so many flowers on. All I see are his eyeballs, and he's like, it was so scary. And I like to say we almost got laid to death. And it's not that funny, but
it was crazy to know.
it's true. It was so scary.
Yeah, who were they there to see? It was one of
How
those-
many people came to the airport?
Like, I remember.
Thousands.
Yeah, when Hawaii, same thing when me and her went to Florida. I mean, and part of the reason Saban didn't like that is because I still have news clippings. It was called Power of Failure everywhere. because people were promised to see us, but there was 20,000 people, and we didn't know as an actor. We just showed up and did our stuff, and cops had to take us through like these, you know, just think little kids. But remember this, stampede in the gorge, Simba's down there, that's what's happening. Everyone's trampling, little kids are stuck, you know, it's dangerous, it really does, people think that. Little, you know, so we had it was a crazy thing. But as far as nightmares and dreams, you know, until I read on this thing that they're having in Vegas, they only last 1 to 2 seconds, a dream. I'm just lost interest in having any dreams or nightmares. They last 1 or 2 seconds. It seems like forever. I wake up and I go, I have 3 movies stuck in my head that I just dreamt. No, 1 second. How does that even work? That's what it said in the science thing, that dreams last 1 to 2 seconds.
No,
that's what they said.
It can't be
that's
true.
That's what it said. Google it. That's what I read.
I woke up
On
in the middle of a dream today.
You know
It
the
was
body
way
thing
more.
over here?
You guys, we have 43 seconds.
Oh, thank you guys.
41.
Let's
40,
see if we can get it
39.
really quick. Rapid fire answers. Can we do it?
Alright, I'm Michael.
Yeah.
I just recently got back
this
to
guy.
Power Rangers since childhood, so I'm a new fan here. So I have this question: are you familiar with Tokusatsu and its other series aside Power Rangers?
No.
Very familiar with
You
Kamen
said
Rider?
rapid mode.
Are you familiar with Kamen Rider or Ultraman?
No.
I don't.
I don't know.
You know, Kamen Rider did appear on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once, and that was Masked Rider.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to rapid fire, guys.
You're playing by my rules.
I'm gonna go eat lunch now because I'm starving.
Thank you for your question.
Okay, we'll go quick.
All right, this will be real quick on the Power Ranger shows. Who was the biggest practical joker?
Of course.
Does not
Next.
surprise me one bit. Hi. Cool shirt.
Thank you. Hi, my name's Joanna, and I was wondering, I have a question for Jason. I was wondering, why did you choose karate?
When I was 4 years old, I just was walking by a karate school and saw this older lady doing karate, and I stayed with it my whole life. And then I wanted to play baseball. True story. My instructor said, "Why throw why throw balls when you can throw people?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll just throw people." I was stuck in karate my whole life. I love it.
Thank
So
you.
Thank you.
I love that you're still so involved with your schools and everything and teaching and all that. That's so
I'm the
cool,
mayor.
Jason.
I'm the mayor of Power Rangers.
You are the mayor.
The
No, thanks.
last
I love
question
teaching.
here. Hi.
So I'm Gabriel, and so what kind of favorite Power Ranger will you pick?
Who's your favorite Power Ranger? Would you pick yourself?
The Pink Ranger. Be smart, kid. I'm gonna teach you something in life. Take lessons from me.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thanks, Jason.
It's your turn.
I was gonna say the Blue Ranger because I like, you know what, the white one, the white Ranger.
Yeah, okay, that's different. Yeah, that's good. It's me.
I like the costume.
Yeah, I did too. I wish you passed out.
It's a good costume with the gold and everything.
Yeah.
What's yours?
The white one. The strongest one.
The white one? Yeah, me too.
Good choice.
We like the same Ranger. Anyway,
Well, let's
Thanks
take
for your question, Gabriel. Guys, let's give them a round of applause. They